Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Figures, Games and Trains, and today we are looking at Gunther, the Ultimate Edition. Now, I very nearly got the Elite of Gunther with the bright red coat in the Elite series, but I saw the Ultimate Edition then get announced, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to bother with that now. I'm going to get the Ultimate Edition. So waited very patiently, which, in all honesty, isn't actually usually on my cards. I don't really normally wait too long because I always panic that I'm not going to get the figures that I want. So in this case, I waited, and I'm glad I waited because I managed to get this from Smith's, because Smith started doing the Ultimate Editions. And I think Gunther was one of the first. I can't remember. Oh no, it can't be, because Undertaker was brought out in Smith's, wasn't he? But then that might have been a re-release. So, getting into the box, we have Gunther's entrance coat. He also comes with the Intercontinental Championship that he became. Was he actually the longest reigning, or was there actually somebody else who still has the longest reign? I can't remember whether he actually managed to get the longest reign. Now, we are paying more for Ultimate Editions, and Mattel can't even be bothered to paint the black areas on to the Intercontinental Championship that you get with Gunther. For me, that is pure laziness, considering these are classified as premium type figures because they cost more, and they haven't even thought to paint the main plate on the Intercontinental Championship. Very disappointing on their behalf, to be honest. Granted, they do need to change the Intercontinental Championships now, because they are now got the blue globe and everything on it, since Jey Uso became Intercontinental Champion. So there is Gunther in his more healthier style body, because the last Gunther that I actually got was when he was actually known as Walter, and that was I think that was a ringside exclusive, and it was when he was rather chubby. You could never take anything away from him. As big as he was still a very good wrestler. But obviously now he is he's in a lot more of a healthier status, I would have said, these days. He trimmed down. It was something that I think WWE wanted out of Keith Lee, but Keith Lee, I think, chose to just ignore it. And you can see in some of his matches in AEW, he's getting knackered so quickly. He gets knackered so quickly because he's not healthy. Now, I'm not a person to body shame or anything, and I'm not trying to body shame, because there is big guys out there in the wrestling business. We've had people like Yokozuna, Earthquake, Typhoon, Otis, who's actually on the roster, but Otis seems to be, as much as he is big, he seems more healthy big, if you get my drift. Keith Lee is not a healthy big, and I don't really know how you can actually explain it, to be honest. But anyway, enough of the size comparisons and everything with people. Gunther, the Gunther figure that we are looking at is really, really good. I mean, I'm a big fan of Gunther. I really am a big fan of Gunther's work. I saw him. I think I only saw him in a couple of NXT UK matches. It was when he started appearing on NXT in the US that I really, really got to see him. And he is such a powerhouse. For a guy at the time that was big, he was a powerhouse. And you could actually see just by watching his matches, how determined he was to be the kind of guy that he wanted to be. He was determined to get rid of the weight that he had on him, and he did it. And hats off to him. I would love to get in a healthy position like what he is. But my problem is my wheelchair gets in the way. It's not so much of an excuse. It's just because I've got a heart condition, I have to watch what I'm doing as well. So I can't really pump too much hanging without probably doing myself some damage. So anyway, with Gunther, we get another 2 heads. This one looks like he's trying to push one out on the toilet. And this one looks like he's just got a sudden sign of relief. This one, he's just miserable, which is basically Gunther's character anyway. But Gunther, if we let's put his entrance jacket on to show you the figure in its full capacity with the entrance jacket, and we'll put the Intercontinental Championship on him as well. Just an excuse for me to play with dolls, really, but as some people would say. So fastening the belt is probably the worst part, because sometimes they don't want to go in the holes where you need to put the things through. I'm actually surprised they haven't actually gone down the Velcro route on the actual belts, to be honest, like they have done in real life. So there is Gunther in his jacket. So if you put his arms at the back like when he poses, there you go. Gunther in his jacket. I probably haven't put the jacket on properly, or in a very good position. It's a bit creased up at the back, to be honest. Probably because I've tried to do the thing with the arms that he does. But if I can see now, that looks more on point. But the jacket won't stay there, it keeps moving. But yes, that is Gunther more on point. I've got his arms round his back like he would do. But yes, it's a very good Ultimate Edition, and it goes with Ludwig and Giovanni from my previous video. We've got the Imperium. Obviously, the Imperium these days is just those two, but in figure form we have all three of them. Them two obviously elites, and Gunther being the Ultimate Edition. So, all in all, 3 good figures in the end, to complete the whole team of the Imperium. So, at that point, there's nothing else to say. We've got Gunther, we've got Ludwig, and we've got Giovanni. If that's said right. You knew I was going to say it constantly. So, until next time, Imperium, and we're out.